Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our mayor, Buddy Dyer.
Good afternoon and welcome to the September 21st, 2015 meeting of the Orlando City Council. We're going to begin today's proceedings with an invocation offered by Imam Mohammed Musri. Imam Musri serves as the senior Imam, president, and chairman of the board of the Islamic Society of Central Florida, and he has done so since 1993. The board is a Muslim community organization that operates 10 mosques in Central Florida and serves approximately 40,000 Muslims. Dr. Musri is also one of the three wise guys on the Orlando-based public radio program Friends Talking Faith. You may stand or remain seated during the invocation, and the Pledge of Allegiance will be led today by District 3 Commissioner Robert Stewart after the invocation.
O loving and merciful God, you are worthy of all praise. We thank you for our mayor, the Honorable Buddy Dyer, and the commissioners who gather here today to do the important business of our beautiful city. We ask you, God, to bless them and to guide and direct their hearts and minds for what is in the best interest of the city. We ask you to help them accomplish their work and come to agreement on what best serves the people of this city. God, keep them faithful to you and to the people of the city whom they represent, and keep the people's support of the mayor and the council strong and full of respect. We ask you, God, to bless everyone present here today in this meeting, and please continue to bless our city, our state, and our country with safety, health, and prosperity. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm going to officially call the meeting to order. Madam Clerk, would you call the roll and make a determination of a quorum, please?
Commissioner Gray?
Here.
Commissioner Ortiz?
Here.
Commissioner Stewart?
Here.
Commissioner Sheehan?
Here.
Commissioner Hill?
Here.
Commissioner Ings?
Here.
Mayor Dyer?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Our first order of business is the consideration of minutes from the agenda review and City Council
So moved.
meetings of August the 10th. Motion by Commissioner Sheehan, second by Commissioner Stewart. All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. And minutes from the first budget hearing of September 9th, 2015.
So moved.
Second.
Was that Commissioner Sheehan again? Commissioner Sheehan moves the adoption of the minutes, seconded by Commissioner Stewart. All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. We're now right into awards, presentations, and recognitions. So I would like to call on Mike Carroll, our Solid Waste Division Manager, for a very special award. Mike?
Thank you, Mayor, Commissioners. As you know, in December of 2014, the city began putting hydraulic hybrid garbage trucks out on our residential routes. And they're designed to be driven by the hydraulic system, and the diesel engine in it is designed to run at a very low RPM, saving a lot of diesel fuel. We've had those trucks for quite a while, and a few months ago we were notified that one of our drivers has achieved the lowest gallons per hour, that's how you measure big trucks, of any of the drivers in the country. So Mayor, if you'll join me, we have an award for our driver. We've also got a representative from Parker, the company that produces the hybrid drives. Shane, if you'll join us. Shane Terreblanche is the general manager of the recently formed hybrid drive division of Parker Hannifin. Shane joins Parker from Navistar, where he served as general manager of electric vehicles. Navistar had the distinction of putting the first all-electric heavy truck on the road, if I'm correct, right, Shane?
That is correct.
Oh, great. Yep, right out there by the mayor. Great. Calvin Bronson is a driver in the solid waste division and has been operating one of the new Parker hybrid residential garbage trucks since December of 2014. Parker now has 131 of these hybrids in operation nationwide. Mr. Bronson is the top performing driver in terms of fuel efficiency nationwide. Parker would like to recognize Mr. Bronson for his superior performance with the new hybrid technology. A typical garbage collection vehicle burns 4.4 gallons of diesel per hour. The national average of the Parker hybrid is 3.3. Mr. Bronson has consistently averaged 2.1 gallons per hour.
Right.
It's not even close. If you look at...
All right.
Just from his daily route, he's saved 4,100 gallons of diesel fuel during the last calendar year. And that's also 46 tons of carbon that's not being released into the atmosphere. I asked Calvin, I must admit, I came slightly unprepared for this because it turns out when I put this award together, quite a few people asked me a question I'd never asked Calvin, which is, how do you do it? For those of us that know Calvin, he is a very straightforward, to the point kind of gentleman. Calvin said very simply to me, I asked him in the lobby, I think this is one of the best answers I've ever gotten. I don't push the truck, I let the truck do the work. That's the secret. So Shane, Mayor Dyer, Calvin Bronson.
Isn't it cool when one of our employees is the very best in the entire country?
Yes.
Okay, our second presentation relates to Hunger Action Month, and I'm going to call on Marcia Hope Goodwin, our Chief Service Officer, to do the intros.
Good afternoon, Mayor Dyer and City Commissioners. It's great to see you all. Also, the members of the public and our fellow staff members that are here. As most of us know, Second Harvest Food Bank of Central Florida is working in partnership with the City of Orlando, cities across our region, and counties across our region, along with hundreds, if not thousands, of nonprofits, faith-based organizations, and others to really eradicate hunger in every sector of our community. And our city leadership is really pleased today to have the Second Harvest Food Bank CEO, Dave Krepko, who we've worked so closely with, and members of his senior team here today to update us on the importance of Hunger Action Month and just a few of the things that they're doing to acknowledge that before Mayor Dyer reads the proclamation. Dave?
Good afternoon. Appreciate this opportunity and appreciate the fact that a proclamation will be read today about Hunger Action Month. You know, the economy is recuperating, thank goodness. May it come faster and stronger, and may everybody succeed. But we have found that there's been a very uneven recovery, and a lot of people are still left behind, people that are working full-time and trying to make ends meet. And when you think of the children in those families as well, you know, they're in circumstances beyond their control. And then, you know, we're also even looking at senior hunger food security now. We have a silver tsunami upon us. Florida's a popular place for people to retire, but a lot of those folks lost a lot during the economic downturn, and they don't have the earning years left. So whatever awareness we could possibly bring to the topic of, you know, food insecurity or hunger in our community is really welcome, and really appreciate it. All of you may not know, but orange is the color for Hunger Action Month. And earlier in this month, City Hall the exterior was floodlit orange. Pretty cool stuff. I don't think that's been done around the country either, you know. Amway, the Amway Center as well. Lake Eola Fountain was actually flowing orange for a while there. But every opportunity we have, and we have a unique opportunity here that we want participation by everybody sitting up there, including the mayor, and my loyal assistants will help us. So you all know what selfies are, right? Well, you're going to do the ultimate selfie. So we're passing out orange spoons. So as you get those spoons, we're going to explain what you do with those.
Thank you.
Bounce on my nose. How are you?
Now, you know, while she's passing those out, I do want to thank the city of Orlando for the partnership over the years. It's just been terrific. Everybody, you know, bringing something to the table really helps. And also that Second Harvest does this work through hundreds of local feeding programs. A great example is the Christian Service Center that Commissioner Stewart heads up. All working in partnership, so we can't do it alone. During Hunger Action Month, you can go to our website, www.feedhopenow.org, and there's a list of activities of everybody can get involved. We really believe, you know, from elementary school children, they get together and they save their pennies and donate it, or they do community food drives. Family can do, you know, volunteer efforts. So with these orange spoons, Mayor Dyer, will you join the rest of us? We would like everybody kind of like to stand. And what you do, see if you can do this. Are you ready to take a photo here? Okay. You put this.
This has not been pre-approved.
You put this spoon like so, okay, and you just pledge the Hunger Action. That's simple as that. And there are some brave souls actually doing this. Now there's a picture. Thank you very much.
How do you do that? There's no way I can do that.
So we know that these meetings, you have a lot of heavy-duty, very serious topics to go through. Hunger is very serious, but for a brief moment, just to break through that clutter and, you know, reinforce that message. You can take the spoons down, or you can leave them up. So thank you.
Thank you, Dave. So those of us that are up for re-election will probably see those photographs somewhere in some opponent's literature of some sort. And I'm glad, Dave, that you clarified. I think a lot of people thought we did that orange for the start of Gators football season. So, City of Orlando proclamation. Whereas hunger and poverty are issues of great concern in the City of Orlando and throughout the United States, and whereas the City of Orlando is committed to taking steps to raise awareness about the need to combat hunger in every part of our state and to provide additional resources that Central Floridian residents need, and whereas the City of Orlando is committed to working with Second Harvest Food Bank of Central Florida to educate our residents about the role and importance of food banks in addressing hunger and raising awareness of the need to devote more resources and attention to hunger issues, and whereas during 2014-2015 fiscal year, Second Harvest Food Bank distributed more than 55 million pounds of grocery products, the equivalent of more than 44 million meals, through its network of food pantries, soup kitchens, and shelters. And whereas food banks across the country will host numerous events throughout the month of September that bring awareness and attention to the problem of food insecurity while encouraging involvement in efforts to end hunger in our local communities. Now, therefore, I, Buddy Dyer, Mayor of the City of Orlando, hereby do proclaim September 2015 as Hunger Action Month in the City of Orlando.
No spoons? Mayor, if you allow me before Dave gets out of here, we have one of the best food banks in the country, run by Dave, and does a great job, and of course the latest investment in terms of the size. I get a chance to get the benefit of many of their programs, and if anybody gets a chance to learn about it, they'll get a chance to learn about Second Helpings, Second Harvest, all the work that they do. But our community could not survive and accomplish the task we could without Dave and Dave's personal leadership. So Dave, I want to tell you thank you personally in public, and thank you for what it means to me and to what it means to the people that we serve every day. So thank you very much.
Okay, that brings us to the mayor's update. And commissioners, it's been a while since we met last, and unfortunately, we've had two very unfortunate passings. Commissioner Hill, I want to extend my sympathy to you and your family and your friends on the passing of your daughter. Commissioner Ings, I'd like to also extend my sympathy to you and your family and friends on the passing of your father-in-law. Our thoughts and prayers continue to be with both of these families, and I'd like it if we could all just take a moment of silence to honor the lives of these two individuals. Thank you. Earlier this month, Commissioner Ortiz, Commissioner Stewart, Commissioner Hill, and I joined with our multicultural community to kick off Hispanic Heritage Month, which runs from September the 15th through October the 15th, and we are celebrating the rich history and culture and contributions of Latinos in our community. And this year, we always have a theme. This year, we are focused on Puerto Rico. And as we continue our celebration, Commissioner Ortiz would like to invite everyone out to the Hispanic Parade and Festival this Saturday, September 26th. It kicks off at 11 a.m., and the parade will come down Orange Avenue and end in a festival in front of City Hall and the Dr. Phillips Center Arts Plaza. Commissioners, I'm proud of our continued efforts to meet the needs of all our residents that call Orlando home. And key to that is investing in our infrastructure and our fun infrastructure. So earlier this month, I joined with Commissioner Gray as we cut a ribbon on a new playground at Citrus Square. Fortunately, we don't have pictures of that because Commissioner Gray and I inaugurated the slides. And later this week, I will join Commissioner Ortiz to cut the ribbon on a new playground at the Englewood Neighborhood Center. And Commissioner, I understand there that the slides are not big enough for you and I, so no worries at all. I'd like to invite our residents and businesses to join me and our city commissioners and Chief Mina and other members of the police department on Tuesday, October 13th at 6:30 for the second of our Orlando Speaks series, which is an interactive workshop designed to strengthen relationships and trust between our police officers and our residents. It's based on a national dialogue. The Valencia College and Peace and Justice Institute is conducting these workshops to enhance our city's community policing initiative. The workshop will be at Edgewater High School, and registration is required at cityoforlando.net. On today's agenda, I just want to mention 3 items of note. We are partnering with an organization called Growing Orlando, a not-for-profit urban farm initiative, to develop our city's first urban garden. Growing Orlando, we use the garden to grow food that will be made available for purchase at the Lake Eola farmers markets and to local restaurants. We'll also host workshops and learning opportunities for residents on how to grow and learn about food and health. Also on today's agenda is an item that will further our efforts to be one of the most sustainable cities in the country. We have a partnership with OUC, which will allow the installation of 30 hydration stations throughout our city's parks and community centers, and they will enhance our current water fountains, providing residents with an easy way to refill disposable or reusable water bottles. And then finally, under EDV and the CRA, there is an action to support the recruitment of a regional headquarters for Atlanta-based Orion Technology Services to the city. Orion is a full-service high-end technology company whose clients range from small businesses to large international companies. Orion anticipates creating 30 new jobs over the next 3 years. We are honored that Orion is considering Orlando, and it is a testament to our talented workforce, our business climate, high quality of life, and our ability to grow and attract tech companies and headquarter operations. We certainly hope their ultimate decision is to bring the company and new jobs to our city. With that, we will move on to the consent agenda. And the consent agenda are a number of items that are acted upon through a single vote of council. We give each of the council members the opportunity to update you on important happenings in their district and to also comment on items on the consent agenda. We rotate the order that we do that. Today, first up is Commissioner Stewart.
Thank you, Mayor, and I appreciate the opportunity to share. I want to say a special thanks to Chief Williams and the OFD for the 9/11 service and commemoration. Every year, it seems to mean a little bit more to me when I go, and I want to tell you how much I appreciate that. It probably meant more because it was on Friday night and there were plenty of things to do, and when I sat down, I thought, I can't think of a better place to be than to commemorate the lives that were lost and the work that we've done since then. So thank you very much, Chief, for keeping that up. Some of y'all are familiar with Dubstred Golf Course. Let me give my special congratulations to Dubstred. You may not know, but the Florida Department of State's Division of Historical Resources has mapped out a history or historic golf trail throughout Florida. We were honored that Dubstred was selected in August as the historic golf course in the state of Florida. So it's a nice little benefit for us to kind of get some recognition of what's going on at Dubstred. The one for September is the Biltmore Golf Course down in Coral Gables. So it's some good recognition. I want to say special thanks to all those that are involved in that. Speaking of Dubstred, let me also mention the city's recreation departments where the Fun Starts Golf Tournament. It takes place over at Dubstred on October 10th. They raise money to support our senior and youth programs throughout the entire community. And for those interested in our public schools, I know that there's been a lot of talk about rezoning, so I just want to mention these meetings that are coming up. I would please come get engaged. OCPS is hosting a series of rezoning meetings, and the first one being tonight at 6:30 at the school board headquarters at 445 West Amelia. Meetings will be held also on Thursday, September 24th, and Monday, October 12th, the same time, same place. District 3 schools that are listed are being considered rezoning are Lee Middle School, Lake Silver, Princeton, and Audubon Park. So it's important to be there, important to voice your opinion, important to be involved and engaged in this process. This is a great weekend for city events in Orlando. First, we have the National Public Lands Day this Saturday, September 26th, which is a great event out at Bill Frederick Park from 10 to 2. Entry in the park is free at this time, and there's a ton of great activities. Thank you for our Parks and Rec and the work that they do for this. Also, this Saturday, we can come to Lock Haven Park for Artlando. There'll be more than 80 visual artists with displays plus performances on the main stage beginning at 11 a.m. And you get a chance to see some of the work we've done on the sidewalk system and what we've done with OUC and the lighting over there at Lock Haven Park. Thank you, commissioners. Thank you, especially Commissioner Sheehan, for your leadership and helping us accomplish that task. And Mayor, thank you for your leadership as well. Lou Gardens hosts their monthly date night on Friday, October 2nd. That's coming up. The classic movie is Psycho, and when their story time will be immediately following. Just teasing you guys. It just proves that nobody's actually listening to me. Is that right? That's on October 5th. On the agenda, let me mention a couple of quick things. B14, we will be looking soon to begin construction on the lift station number 3 over there near Lock Haven Park. Thank you for our Public Works people. Thank you, Rick, for your leadership and the people that are involved in that. We're glad to see that moving forward. B21, I want to say a special thanks to OPD and recognize HJ High for the work that they're doing on the vertical construction agreement for OPD. One thing I thought was impressive was that they're in the design phase. They were at 37% MWBE participation, and they have already met our goals of 18% for the construction phase. So I'm really thrilled about that. Special thanks to Alvin Cowens for the help with the McCoy Federal Credit Union and their sponsorship. That's on C1. And then I want to mention also on C8, Smart Technologies is coming in town. And did I miss anybody? Were they here? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. All right, thank you very much. Nate, I couldn't see because you're here. One of the really neat things that's happening in our country, in our community, is that we're bringing some great organizations, and I'm looking forward to having Smart come and be part of this. I've learned a lot about what you guys are doing, and we're going to approve a qualified target industry fund today for 55 high-wage jobs that will come into our community, especially in District 3. So I'm really excited about that and want to say congratulations and thank you for part of what you're doing. And that's all that I have, Mayor.
Thank you, Commissioner. We'll move on to District 4. Commissioner Sheehan.
Thank you, Mayor. Commissioner Stewart, thank you for mentioning that public school rezoning. I also have constituents who are very concerned that attend Howard, Hillcrest, Lake Como, and Fern Creek, and there really hasn't been much of an opportunity for public input. It's kind of been rolled out as this is a done deal, so thank you for bringing that up, and I know a lot of my residents are concerned. They've been, putting information out. I also want to thank the Office of Communication and Neighborhood Enhancement for kind of translating the very cryptic notice that was put out by the school board that just basically listed the schools by number instead of by schools, where people would know what they were actually talking about. So again, parents, if you're concerned, I need you to express your concern and let your voices be heard, because this is what public input, and that's what we're here to do as public servants, is listen to input. And I can't think of anything more important than our public school system. It's so important to folks that live in our neighborhood. So thank you, Commissioner Stewart, for bringing that up. And I hope that folks will get involved during this public process that impacts all of our neighborhoods. I also like to thank Public Works for the Wadeview Fountain. It's working. Yay, it hasn't worked since I've been the commissioner over that area for about 10 years. So really appreciate that's working, and it looks really, really great. On item B7 today, on the road closure for South Street, that's going to be happening at night, rolling road closures. So there will be access that will be happening in November, but I'm delighted to see, I know it's difficult when we're doing this road work, but I'm delighted to see that we're finally getting these roads repaired so we can get these potholes repaired, so we can get our streets looking like they should be. On item C1, I want to thank McCoy Federal Credit Union for continuing their funding of the Historic Preservation Calendar since 2011. I think that's a wonderful thing that they've been doing. I think the calendar is a great chance to showcase our historic resources in Orlando, and really appreciate them doing that. On item C17, Commissioner Stewart, this is actually yours, but I love the townhomes paving by the garages. This is actually a very creative way to deal with some of the parking we've had for some of these urban infill projects. I thought it was a great idea. I hope we see more of that. On item D1, we just talked about feeding folks. Well, the after-school meal program, 106,524 meals in 17 schools. That's a lot to be proud of citywide. So I'm delighted to see us continuing to feed children in the after-school programs. Thank you, FPR. And also the D12, the Eola Sunday Market. It's been a wonderful amenity to Lake Eola Park and for our residents. Glad to see us continuing to do that fee waiver so we can have that wonderful amenity in Lake Eola Park. And that's all I had, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. We'll move to District 5. Commissioner Hill.
Thank you, Mayor. First, I'd like to say thank you, everyone here at the city and throughout Orlando and statewide and nationwide, for all of your prayers and condolences in my time of loss. I now understand that they call Orlando the City Beautiful. It's not just a logo. It's truly an action, because of the love and support and continual support that I've gotten. I'm forever and eternal grateful. So thank you and all of that. And also on B9, I'm in support of that. I tell you, it's if anybody know me, even on my 100-day plan when I first came in office, it was a healthier District 5. And I wanted to see community gardens throughout District 5 because it's a food desert. But also with this project, and myself and Walter and John Emple, we made sure that the community was aware of this event. I know oftentimes when things of this nature come to Paramore, folk don't get the word, but the people there in the Carter Street Paramore community is very excited about this. And as you stated, Mayor, that these fresh vegetables will go into the Lake Eola part of town and restaurants. But what also I like to add is that Grow Orlando is also going to include the residents of Paramore in this project, to where they will take part in helping to farm and nurture this property with them and teach our youth there in the Paramore area and our seniors about urban farming. So this is also not just a citywide project, but it's also going to impact those that live around this area. And a little known fact that I learned was Walter Hawkins grew up on this lot. Yeah, and so it's some good things that's growing in Paramore and have grown from Paramore on this area. I also had the opportunity to another great MEBA project where we've invested money there in the Paramore area at the Superstars Academy. I think we visit those kids, Mayor, when we did the ribbon cutting there on the shops of Paramore. So probably about 40 kids in there, and I went there with the Early Learning Coalition for the Celebrity Reader. I heard Coach Mina, you did that this year, and they were bragging about your efforts. But what I wanted to say about that is it's a lot of great things going on at that academy. It's a waiting list already. But when I did go to read there, I found out that we didn't have enough preschool books. So I'm asking for a citywide donation to that site for preschool books there at the Superstars Academy there at 422 South Paramore Avenue. We also had a groundbreaking there at the Pride of Paramore. It's another anchor of the revitalization of Paramore. There's a lot of great things going on. It was a great event. The people in that area that surrounds that Polk Street area, and I think it's Benson, where we're going to have Heroes Common, just to see all the great things that are happening there. And I thank the council for their leadership. Thank you, Mayor, also for your leadership. With that, I know many things was already starting before I got on council, but I am privileged and honored to be a part of that revitalization that's going on. On September the 26th, we will also, as promised, as council promised, we will be having memorabilia from the Tinkerfield Stadium. We'll be having seats on sale as is condition, and that will be at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Orlando Citrus Bowl, Lot 11. Again, that's 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Orlando Citrus Bowl on September the 26th. We will have seats 4 for $200, and they will be sold in pairs for $100. If for any more information, you can call Roberta Scott at 407-440-7008 or roberta.scott@cityoforlando.net. We will also in District 5 have a emphasis where we will have Commissioner Ings, myself, and Ms. Kat Gordon from the Orlando City, from the School Board of Orlando. We'll be offering the Mental Health Youth Summit, and it's called The Amazing Race, and it's things in life that can deter you. So we want to make sure, and it's partnered with the Delta Sigma Theta Sorority, Inc. in Kowtow, which Commissioner Ings and
Omega Psi Phi.
Omega Psi Psi.
Byron Brooks.
Byron Brooks. I'll let you announce.
No, you go ahead.
And Aspire Health Partners. And that's again on September the 26th, 2015, 8:30 a.m., 3 p.m. At Valencia Community College, the West Campus. And that's all I have for now, Mayor.
Thank you, Commissioner. We'll move to District 6. Commissioner Ings.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to continue to express my condolences and thank everyone for my wife, June Marie Ings, and the loss of her father, Mr. Walter Williams. He was 91 years old, of Detroit, Michigan. He died on September 8th, and the funeral was held Monday, September 14th, a week ago, Fresh Start Ministries in Warren, Michigan. And so, Mayor and Council and everyone, I just want to thank you for all of your expressions of sympathy during our time of bereavement. And again, to further express my condolences to you, Commissioner Hill, on the loss of your daughter. And none of this is ever easy, no matter how young or how old they are. It's just the loss of a loved one. So again, my condolences to you and your family and friends. I'd just like to say this past August the 20th, I held a town hall meeting, reference Holden Heights cleanup project that we're getting ready to do. and that was held at Greater St. Paul AME Church at 1040 South Paramore Avenue with Reverend James Watkins, pastor. The city staff attended and was very instrumental in providing information for the public as well. And I had on August the 28th a District 6 Community Ex-Offenders Job Resource Workshop, and that was held at Dr. James R. Smith Center. We're getting ready for a job fair, and we want to get as many ex-offenders out there to come in and apply for job opportunities and come dressed for success. On Friday, August the 28th, I also attended the Chinese Chamber of Commerce grand opening ceremony. Andrew Jing is the president. This was held at the Rosen College of Hospitality Management Disney Dining Room there on Universal Boulevard. And then on Saturday, August the 29th, as I had promised the kids, the children, that volunteered and walked with me in the 2015 annual Crime Walk and Back to School event. This was a day of fun that they had with Commissioner Ings, and so the kids and their families and other friends of the children were able to come out to Fun Spot and spend a whole day there at Fun Spot. And on Tuesday, September 1st, I attended the grand opening of Orange County Clerk of the Court Tiffany Moore Russell's Self-Help Center at the Orange County Courthouse. And this is a center that's named after the former Orange County Clerk of Court, Lydia Gardner. And that was a very moving presentation as well. And then I attended on September 3rd the grand opening of Nehru Sushi at 8441 International Drive. This is a beautiful sushi shop, restaurant, and many people were there. It's in the area of the Orlando Eye, and so a lot of energy and synergy was taking place there. And then on Friday, September 4th, we had the Red Tie Celebrity Golf Extravaganza event, and that was held at the Rosen Shingle Creek Golf Resort. I'm so thankful for so many of our sponsors: Universal Studios, Nephron, Perfume Land, iDrive Improvement District, Central Florida Lincoln, Hyatt Regency, the Orlando Solar Bears, Fun Spot, Wyndham, Coca-Cola, Costco, and many others. Our Hollywood celebrity was Miss Jo Marie Payton, and that's her there. She starred as Harriet Winslow on the sitcom Family Matters. She was the guest speaker for the awards luncheon. Miss Jo Marie Payton is also the cousin to Walter Payton of the Chicago Bears. We had many other celebrities there as well: Orlando Magic, Nick Anderson, Bo Outlaw, and we had some from the Philadelphia Eagles, Tampa Bay Bucks, New York Jets, Detroit Lions, Minnesota Vikings, Oakland Raiders, Green Bay Packers, Chicago Bears, and the San Diego Chargers. A lot of those players were former players of the NFL or the NBA. On Saturday, September 5th, I was a speaker at the Darrell Dawkins Memorial Service that was held at Evans High School. Chocolate Thunder passed away, and his family, mother, everyone was there at Evans High School because he was a graduate of Evans High School. And then for some upcoming events that I do have, the District 6 Community Job Fair, and we're reaching out to the ex-offenders, and that's going to be Friday, September 25th, from 10 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. at the Dr. James R. Smith Center at 1723 Bruton Boulevard. And so we're asking any and everybody that are looking for jobs to come out. The Career Source of Central Florida is partnering with me at this job fair, and we're expecting to hire, because there are some employers that are willing to hire people, and we're looking to hire as many people as we can. And then on Saturday, September 26th, I'm having the District 6 Annual Anti-Violence Rally. Stop the Silence Memorial for Joshua Johnson. Joshua Johnson was killed and actually placed on the side of the road. And so this is for a memorial for him and victims of crime. That's going to be at the Dr. James R. Smith Center as well at 1723 Bruton Boulevard. It'll take place from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. And Miss Patricia Davis, she is the one that's really organizing and putting this together. I'm just there to help her to make this event a very successful event. And then on October 3rd, we're having the Holden Heights Cleanup Project, and that's going to be held at Grand Avenue Park from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And after all of our cleanup, and we're expecting a lot of support from our city staff, after the cleanup, we're going to have a nice little festival so everybody that worked hard can eat hard and just have a good time. Thank you, Mayor, and that's all I have.
Thank you, Commissioner. We'll move to District 1. Commissioner Gray.
Thank you, Mayor. I have two items I'd like to talk about. First, echo your comments and thanks to our team for the Citrus Square Playground. With the help of Vivian Bryan and the folks at Orlando Housing, we were able to replace a 30-plus-year-old playground for the kids at Citrus Square, and we could not have done it without the help of our housing group, our Parks and Rec group, certainly our neighborhood relations people, and my staff, to put together a playground for kids that don't have as much as most kids have. And they certainly enjoyed it. And we talk a lot about getting kids off the couch and off the electronics and playing. This is a good step in that direction. So, Mayor, thanks for coming out for that. On the agenda, item C23, give some thanks to Dean Grandin, Elizabeth Dang, and the team from Economic Development. This is a Narcoossee Road interlocal agreement that we've negotiated with Orange County. And it's a balancing act between what is rapid growth along the Narcoossee-Lake Nona corridor and folks in the county who are in a rural settlement of Lake Whippoorwill. And it's our attempt that I do a lot almost every day, balance growth needs of landowners and developers with the needs of existing residents. And Dean and Elizabeth and their team did a great job negotiating this, and I support item C23. That's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. And we will close with Commissioner Ortiz.
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor, I want to echo your words and convey my condolences also to Commissioner Hill and Commissioner Ings for the losses. In terms of our district, on September 23rd, as you said, Mayor, we'll have the ribbon cutting at the Englewood Community Center. Is going to be a new playground. The new 56-square-foot playground replaces the former 18-year-old playground with new equipment and upgrades. So everybody's invited. Bring your kids. And as the mayor said, there's no space for us, the adults, so it's only for kids. This Saturday, September 26th, I will also be participating at the second Hispanic Festival and Parade. It's going to begin at 11 a.m. in the corner of Orange and Livingston and will end in front of City Hall and the Dr. Phillips Center for Performing Arts Plaza. Everybody's invited. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the community leaders that attended our last Neighborhood Leaders Council meeting last Thursday, and our facilitator was Ms. Kathy Till from the Florida League of Cities, who gave an awesome review of what happened during the legislative session. So keeping our community abreast of what's going on. Thank you, Mayor. That's it.
All right, is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Sheehan. I'm going to take Commissioner Ortiz as the second. All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, the motion carries. Okay, without objection, we're going to recess the City Council meeting and convene the CRA. Actually, we'll take just a second for anybody that had consent agenda items that would like to go back and report the results. Okay, now we're on the CRA. Walter, you coming up? So we can take the first couple items. The first item is accepting CRA Advisory Board meeting minutes from June the 24th. Is there a motion to accept those?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Stewart, second by Commissioner Sheehan. All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, so that motion carries. Now we have the same board meeting minutes for July the 22nd.
So
So
moved.
moved.
Motion by Commissioner Stewart. I'll take Commissioner Hill as the second. All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Number 3 is accepting Downtown Development Board and CRA Advisory Board budget workshop meetings from August the 13th, 2015.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Stewart. All in favor of the motion indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Number 4 is CRA meeting minutes from July the 13th, 2015. Approving those. Is there a motion to approve? Motion by Commissioner Sheehan, second by Commissioner Stewart. All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Number 5 is adopting the fiscal year 2015-2016 Community CRA budget and budget resolution.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Sheehan. Walter, do you have anything on that?
No, sir.
All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. 6 is a fiscal year 2015-16 DDB CRA agency cost share agreement. Motion to approve.
Second?
Motion by Commissioner Sheehan, second by Commissioner Stewart. All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. 7 is approving the fiscal year 15-16 city service agreement between City of Orlando and the CRA. Is there a motion to approve that?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Hill, second by Commissioner Sheehan.
Good job, Walter.
All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. No, say aye, not high. Aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. And number 8 is the high wage, high value funding agreement that for Orion that we just voted on in the city agenda.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Hill. Second by Commissioner Sheehan. All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, so the motion carries. Walter, any further business to come before the?
Great job, Walter.
Thank you. Great job.
All right. Then we will adjourn the CRA and we will convene the Neighborhood Improvement District Board of Directors for meeting minutes and actions from the August 19th, 2015 meeting of the Advisory Council. Is there a motion to accept and approve those? Motion by Commissioner Sheehan.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Stewart. All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. We will adjourn the Neighborhood Improvement District and reconvene the City Council meeting. That brings us to hearings. We have one hearing adopting the third amendment to the Metro West Development of Regional Impact Development Order in Commissioner Ings' district. I'll open it for any public testimony. Do we have any cards for that hearing, Madam Clerk?
No.
So I'll close the hearing. Is there a motion to adopt?
So moved to adopt.
Motion by Commissioner Ings, second by Commissioner Sheehan. All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. That brings us to hearings, ordinances on second reading. Madam Clerk, you are up.
Ordinance number 2015-41, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Orlando, Florida, rezoning certain land generally located between Millennia Lakes Boulevard and Shingle Creek and south of Millennia Boulevard, addressed as 5403 Millennia Lakes Boulevard and comprised of approximately 4.04 acres of land from the O2 Medium Intensity Office and Residential District to the AC2 Urban Activity Center District, providing for amendment of the city's official zoning maps, providing for severability, correction of Scrivener's errors, and an effective date.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Sheehan, second by Commissioner Stewart. Is there anyone from the public that would like to testify on this matter? Discussion among commissioners. Hearing none. All in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. Number 2, Madam Clerk.
Ordinance 2015-9, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Orlando, Florida, annexing to the corporate limits of the city certain land generally located north of Columbia Street, east of South Ivy Lane, and south and west of Elston Lane, and comprised of 0.84 acres of land, more or less, amending the city's adopted growth management plan to designate the property as mixed-use corridor medium intensity on the city's official future land use maps, and designating the property as the medium intensity mixed-use corridor district on the city's official zoning maps, providing for amendment of the city's official future land use and zoning maps, providing for severability, correction of Scrivener's errors, and an effective date.
Move to adopt.
Motion by Commissioner Ing, second by Commissioner Sheehan. Is there anyone from the public that would like to testify on this matter? Discussion among commissioners. Hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Number 3, Madam Clerk.
Ordinance 2015-31, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Orlando, Florida, relating to the city's growth management plan, providing the summer 2015 package of GMP amendments pursuant to the expedited state review process, amending the GMP relating to the Paramore Comprehensive Plan, amending future land use figure LU1 relating to residential densities, amending conservation element policy 1.4.1 relating to certain state and federal environmental regulatory processes, providing for amendment of the city's official future land use maps, providing for severability, correction of Scrivener's errors, and an effective date.
Move to adopt.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Sheehan.
What?
You second, Commissioner Sheehan.
Commissioner Hill did,
moved it.
yeah, Commissioner
Okay.
Hill's.
Hill,
Okay.
yeah, it's all good.
Okay. The motion was by Commissioner Hill and the second was
Sorry,
by
I hear you.
Commissioner Sheehan. So is there anyone from the public that would like to testify on this matter? Discussion among commissioners. Hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Madam Clerk, how about some ordinances on first reading, number 1?
Ordinance number 2015-42, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Orlando, Florida, amending the city's adopted growth management plan to change the future land use map designation for approximately 0.15 acres of land generally located north of Harmon Avenue, east and south of Pinehurst Avenue, and west of Clay Street, and addressed as 1827 Harmon Avenue, from public, recreational, and institutional to residential low intensity, providing for amendment of the city's official future land use maps, providing for severability, correction of Scrivener's errors, and an effective date.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Stewart, second by Commissioner Sheehan. Is there anyone from the public that would like to testify on this matter? Discussion among commissioners. Hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Okay, number 2, Madam Clerk.
Ordinance number 2015-43, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Orlando, Florida, amending the city's adopted growth management plan to change the future land use map designation for certain land generally located north of East Grant Street, east of South Orange Avenue, south of East Muriel Street, and west of Delaney Avenue, comprised of 0.34 acres of land, more or less, from residential low intensity to mixed-use corridor medium intensity, changing the property zoning designation from R2A TSP to MU1 TSP, providing for amendment of the city's official future land use and zoning maps, providing for severability, correction of Scrivener's errors, and an effective date.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Sheehan, second by Commissioner Stewart. Is there anyone from the public that would like to testify on this matter? Discussion among commissioners. Hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Number 3, Madam Clerk.
Ordinance number 2015-40, an ordinance of the City of Orlando, Florida, amending the Plan Development Zoning District regulations for the Newton Center Plan Development, generally located to the north of East Muriel Street, south of East Harding Street, and east of South Orange Avenue, with an address of 2121 South Orange Avenue, and comprised of 1.03 acres of land, more or less, amending the Plan Development District's development standards, site plans and conditions of development, directing amendment of the official zoning map series, providing for severability, correction of Scrivener's errors, and an effective date.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Sheehan, second by Commissioner Hill. Is there anyone from the public that would like to testify on this matter? Discussion among commissioners. Hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carries. And number 4.
Ordinance number 2015-44, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Orlando, Florida, annexing to the corporate limits of the city certain land generally located north of Dahlia Drive, east of South Cimarron Boulevard, south of Hibiscus Road, and west of Delicado Drive, addressed as 5773 Dahlia Drive and comprised of .193 acres of land, more or less, amending the city's adopted growth management plan to designate the property as mixed-use corridor medium intensity on the city's official future land use maps, and designating the property as MU1 medium intensity mixed-use corridor district along with the aircraft noise overlay district on the city's official zoning maps, providing for amendment of the city's official future land use and zoning maps, providing for severability, correction of Scrivener's errors, and an effective date.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Ortiz, second by Commissioner Gray. Is there anyone from the public that would like to testify on this matter? Discussion among commissioners. Hearing none, all in favor of the motion indicate so by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed? And so the motion carries, and that concludes the official business of the Orlando City Council for today, September 21st.
September 21st.